Egypt, a new land, a new language, a new name. But the chains were still the same. Joseph had been sold, stripped of his home, his family, his future, a dreamer, now a slave. But heaven hadn't forgotten him. And even in chains, favor found him. He was sold to Potiphar, a captain of Pharaoh's guard, a man of rank, power, status. Joseph had nothing, no rights, no home, no voice. But what he did have was God, and the Lord was with Joseph. So much so that Potiphar noticed this Hebrew slave, everything he touched prospered. Potiphar put him in charge of his entire household. From the kitchen to the treasury, Joseph ran it all. The boy who had once dreamed of leading now served faithfully in someone else's house. And though it wasn't the throne, he was being shaped for it. But just when things began to look up, temptation walked in. Her eyes found Joseph. She saw his strength, his youth, his beauty. And every day she whispered the same words, "Lie with me." Day after day. Alone in the halls, her voice slithered toward him like a snake. But Joseph stood firm. "My master trusts me with everything. He's held nothing back except you. How can I do this great wickedness and sin against God?" She didn't want love. She wanted control. And when she couldn't have him, she destroyed him. One day when the house was empty, she grabbed him by his robe. But Joseph ran. He left the robe in her hands and fled. And in that moment, righteousness cost him everything. She screamed. She twisted the story. "This Hebrew you brought here tried to take me." Potiphar listened. And Joseph was thrown into prison, not for a crime, but for his conviction. The robe was gone. Again. His freedom gone. Again. But his integrity? Still intact. Down in the dungeon, forgotten by men, Joseph found favor again. Because even there, the Lord was with him. The prison warden saw something in him too. He gave him charge over the other prisoners. Joseph, the faithful. Joseph, the wise. Joseph, the one who wouldn't break. And then one night, 2 new prisoners arrived, the chief baker and the king's cupbearer. Both had dreams they couldn't understand, and Joseph, the boy who once dreamed, now became the interpreter. "Do not interpretations belong to God?" he said. "Tell me your dreams." To the cupbearer, he said, "In 3 days, you'll be restored." To the baker, "In 3 days, you'll be hanged." And it happened exactly as he said. But before the cupbearer left the prison, Joseph pleaded with him, "Remember me. Mention me to Pharaoh." But the cupbearer forgot. Days turned into months. Silence filled the dungeon, and once again, Joseph was left waiting, not for a dream, but for a door. He had done everything right, and yet, here he sat, still behind bars. But there, in the darkness, Joseph learned God's delays are not God's denials. The dungeon was not the end of the dream, it was the proving ground. Because the deeper God takes you in private, the higher he intends to raise you in public. Joseph had no idea that in just 2 more years, a door would open and everything would change. But for now, he waited, with favor, with faith, with fire still burning in his heart. He was a prisoner, but the dream was still alive.